All right, welcome to part 4 of the 106% guide for actual attempts and also the relay. Reminder, be trying to keep both of them in mind and explain what you do in both. So the runner is going to load in, they're going to take off. Why does he already have fleet off? Okay, the save file is wrong. That's okay. So you're gonna load in and take off Fluke Nest and put on Spell Twister. I hope I didn't mess up the save file and the Grub over here is already saved because that would be really annoying. But you're gonna go left first. The Grub is already saved. Okay. I guess I'm just gonna add that to section 3. And then this will be where section 4 starts. Or I can fix the save file, one or the other. I'll deal with it later. Okay, well, in actual attempts, you're gonna do that. Then you're gonna save and quit, come back, C dash to the right. Right. Try to hit this 4 times. You want to try to hit it, the first one from as far left as possible. And here you're going to do the turnarounds to get the bell to spawn early enough, or early. You can also do the look down. That's on like every toll in the game, but basically you just want to pay for it and then spam left, right, left, right. So yeah, and you're going to go down twice, or you go up however many times, 3. And you're gonna bench here. And then for me, I get 5 hits in this next room. And you also have to keep in mind whether or not you broke the wall in front of Glowing Womb in the very beginning. If you do the strategy that's apparently the better one, where you just break it regardless of whatever the big guy does, then you won't have to worry about it. But you do want Soul going in this next room, so I'd still get these 5 hits regardless. But you do a jump. My brain actually just didn't activate. You're gonna do a side slash. Oh my gosh, I'm like trying to think about what I do and I can't. It's fine. I just actually cannot do this. You want a side slash and then you want to pogo both. There we go. It's not that hard. Sorry, I made it look hard. So yeah, you just want to side slash them on the way up and then pogo both and you'll have 5 hits. So right here, I do a tiny jump. C dash here. And then you're gonna jump up there. I'm just gonna set a save state. This next room is a lot of like, I can tell you what I do and I can show you it multiple times, but like, it's always slightly different. You have to react to where like the big guy dies because he spawns 2 of them, like, or it spawns 2 of them like on top of itself when it dies. So I'll show you it maybe once or twice. We'll see how the first one goes. I get up here, C dash, and then I turn around, hit these 2 guys, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then I get 1 fireball, pogo, 1 fireball. The pogo is half for soul and half to move him down so that he's on the same level as the other one. And then you get about right there. It's a pretty big, like, target. But yeah, it's just up slashing the one up top, and like, it depends on what happens to the big guy. If if it dies and then the 2 spawn like right there, you're gonna have to kind of deal with them. So like right here, it's gonna happen. Well, but they're under the platform. That's actually best case scenario. Whoops. A lot of it might be improvisation. Sometimes you can get over to the charm before the camera moves over there. Also, if I'm this slow on soul, I might do that and then get the other 2 hits right here. Try to jump around this corner, and then it depends on where these guys are. This is best case scenario, but don't let go of C-dash when he's right underneath you, because that'll actually activate his death, and he'll explode and hit you out of this C-dash, and it can be really annoying. But sometimes the tall guy that like shoots the blob can be like right to the left of where you're trying to C-dash, and you'll start charging and he'll just shoot you and hit you out of it, and it's really obnoxious. Whoops. I don't know how that registered. So I'm spamming up right here so I can get it like off screen. I don't need souls, so here I'll try to show this room in its like in entirety, I guess. And if I don't need soul, then I'll try to jump around this corner. If that guy's right there, you can make it over him like that, or you can just face tank it. It's not a big deal. But yeah, you want to program that thing. And on that, on the last slash, you want to like down slash into dash, and you can get wall cling storage, and you can carry it over here. Not a huge deal. I don't know how much time it saves. It can't be that much. All right. So once you spawn in, you want to take like 2 steps forward, dash, and then dash, and you'll make it onto here. If you try to dash immediately, you'll fall, and you'll have to like double jump. Not the end of the world, but. So there's a couple ways to do this. I'll show you the way I do it. I start with a fireball and try to double hit, but it's kind of finicky and it's not super consistent. But basically, I do a fireball and then 3 D-Darks, and this is one of those situations where it's super important to get the initial downward hit of D-Dark, otherwise you're going to be missing a lot of damage, and it's going to take you a really long time to get to the last phase. I know some people go with a 4 D-Dark strategy because we have Spell Twister on, so we can do 4 casts with full soul here. So if you want, you can do 4 D-Darks if you can find a way to fit it in. This is another one of those fights where you're gonna have to practice it. Like I can't explain it to you and have you just pick it up immediately. You're gonna have to like get a feel, again, the exact same way as Soul Tyrant, for how you move affects how he moves, and you can kind of manipulate him to do what you want, but not like perfectly. But so I try to stop my C-dash right there, turn around, do a hit fireball. That's probably bad. It's probably close though. Not that close. I'm gonna show the first phase a couple times because that's the important part. The rest of it's like rinse and repeat if you can get the triple hits down, but you want to do Dream Nail, then 6 hits, and then Fireball. And as his mace is hitting the ground in front of, like, toward you, you want to Fireball. Apparently, you get a little bit of an extra window to do it if you jump and, like, you're off the ground when you Fireball. That's what I've been told. Well, only got 1 hit of... Oh, I'm missing a lot of damage. Okay, this is going to be a bit... And if you notice, I'm hitting the edge of his mace whenever he swings it. Oh, that wasn't that bad. I mean, it wasn't fast, but whenever I'm trying to finish off the phase, you can get into a rhythm of like nail, nail, dash away, and then he'll swing, and you want to hit the tip of his mace, and it does 1 nail hit of damage. Hitting him with a rock does 2 nail hits of damage. This is gonna be perfect. Yep. If you get all all of the spells to hit exactly the way you need it, he'll just immediately fall over. On the second one, get full soul. So if you see, I'm shooting the fireball as he's hitting the ground in front of me. I don't know why I nailed. You could just fireball right there. And this, you want to try to, like, for actual attempts, you want to try to be like, have the fireball in the air as his head spawns out. But if you do it too early, then you're just gonna shoot a fireball past him, and then you're gonna have to do the entire fight over again. And in actual attempts, that's gonna be just a dead run, or at least like a minute of time loss, because you're gonna have to dream nail the guy next to him, and then come back in, do all that over again. So you could try to play it safe. Try to play it safe. There's also a setup that involves like coming around the outside and shooting a fireball off screen. I find it to be super sketch and scary. But it's apparently ridiculously consistent. Watch Stratus or Skate King Truening runs PBs, and you can see that setup. I don't know exactly how to do it. Basically, I just have like a timing of like when he hits the ground, I like wait for a couple seconds and then do that fireball. And I normally open the inventory, but it didn't open. But it's fine. And fall out of the dream. And you're gonna talk to him. And you can spam escape right here if you want, and you're just gonna quit out as soon as the menu comes up. Here's failed chat. Get back in. Let's see. Whenever you come back in, you want to switch these out as fast as possible, and you're gonna do 2 down. And the next time you come to the stack station, you're gonna do 2 down as well, but. Dash as soon as it loads in. Super small note, but keep in mind this. You see how these have like the hitbox on the side? For some reason, this one's missing the bottom half of it. So if you like go to try to wall jump off it, it'll look like you should have been able to. Oh, wrong button. But you just go right through it. So you gotta do it off the very top. Not a huge deal, but it's a really dumb hitbox. And this is gonna be a lot. This is mashing simulator for like a minute. You gotta talk to her like 7 times. This is number 3, and then 4, and then 5. Yep, it's 7. 6. Get the vessel fragment, and then talk to her one more time for Green Gate. See dash out of there. Try to talk to the stack from as far left as possible, and then do 2 down again. Both of these are 2 down. Here you have to remember to bench and Dirtmouth. So jump over, try to bench from as far right as possible, and then you just want to stop like on the background object, get up here. I typically try to avoid doing that, what I just did. I wasn't really paying attention, where your last jump is like right there and you just jump around. It's faster, but 99% of the time I end up doing that, and then like I end up bonking, and then I like panic for a second. So for me, I just always come out and do a double jump. Life split's probably gonna start. I didn't. Cool. So I get 2 hits on that guy. Get to where I'm gonna be past this ledge right here, and then inventory drop. And then if that guy's right there, I hit him once and then C dash away. If he's over to the left, I dash twice over to him, and then pogo off him, dash over, and then C dash. I'm just trying to get a little bit of soul in this room. If you want, you can get 4 or 5 hits. It wouldn't be that bad. So there's a different climb up this part that I don't do. I'll again show you how I do it. Might be a syndicate theme. I do this all the time, where I find a strat that I don't like. I mean, everything in this game is, if you want to go for every single millisecond and do every optimal thing, that's up to you. But I do stuff that, you know, if I find that I have a much higher success rate with something and I'm more comfortable with it and it doesn't lose enough time that I'm willing to sacrifice it, then I'll do that. Anyways, so I'll show you the climb I do, but if you watch a lot of the other top runners, you might see the other one that's a little bit better. But I do jump, 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 double, jump, jump, double, jump, jump, double. Like that. It's not like super slow. I've gotten a comm sob on a split involving this climb before, and it's not the end of the world. So land. You also want to make sure on this jump. Okay, it is misleading. Okay, that hitbox is broken. There's like a line, and then there's a line that comes out that's actually a slope. You can't jump off the bottom of that. See, I'm double jumping, but yeah, the hitbox actually looks like it's fine, but it's really not. So you always have to make sure you get on the top part of that. Oh my god, I didn't even know he can make it over. Anyways. There you go. So here, slash this 3 times, and then you want to get a hit on like everything that you go by here. Get in, and you're gonna try to talk to him from as far left as possible. It takes, see, I cancel that way too early. It takes some internal timing, especially because you leave the camera behind. That it's kind of hard to like do a visual cue. Not impossible, but I just kind of have a feel for where you want to stop. See dash out. All right, so here's where we're gonna kill Grub, but we're not gonna absorb it yet. I do an up slash. I did not mean to. I didn't mean to dash. I don't even know how I pressed dash. There we go. And then jump off the side of that. And then fluke, fluke. And then you want to grab the side of that wall to lure this guy up. If you need to, you can poke him twice, or you can poke him once and then grab the side of that wall. The way I just did it's basically the fastest way, but he was really high, so that was actually really good. Up. So land on top, grab the side, and dash back over, and that'll get him in the right spot. I'm gonna do that. So this room, there's a certain line in the foreground. That's where I cancel my C dash, but you also really want to be holding nail as you enter this room. That's going to become really prevalent in the rest of this run, is charging nail arts while you're entering rooms, like in the transition screen, is really important. Otherwise, you're going to lose a lot of time to like, because it charges so much faster. You need like half the charge time if you're holding it while you enter the room. But I'll show you. Whoops. There's a foreground line where I stop my C dash and then I release the nail button as soon as it like is available. So it's that first chain, and if you do it right, you'll land right there. That's where you want. So yeah, it's basically just as soon as you hit the foreground chain. I missed my dash input, but yeah, you want to let go of Cyclone as soon as it's done, or let go of nail as soon as Cyclone's done charging, and then dash as soon as you're able to. You'll land here. So now we're gonna do a little trick that save a ton of time. I normally, again, I'm charging nail, and once you get about to here, like you see this like ceiling pillar thingy, as soon as I get to about there is when I let go or I cancel my C dash, and then you're gonna be holding nail so that you can charge Cyclone, so you can do this. Oops. Okay, well I missed, but fine. I'll stop it a little bit later so I can actually show you what it looks like. There we go. You have to make sure Cyclone's done, but you want to be falling with Cyclone through that, and you want to make sure, because if you do it too far to the side, you'll miss the edge, and I can't even do it. Yeah, you can like cyclone and land here, and then it barely loses anything, but basically you'll be floating up against this wall instead of ending up like over here. So probably saves like half a second or 1 second or something if you do it wrong. It's not the end of the world, but basically you're just trying to get closer to the edge, or to the exit of the room. So you would be over there at that ledge. But yeah, get out of here. And the way I do this, there's a ledge outside of here that we got onto. I wait for like 1 Mississippi after going past the edge of it, and that's when I cancel my C-dash, and you'll kind of land in like the perfect spot. You're gonna C-dash from over there, but so 1 Mississippi. Even then, I'm a little too far. That's okay. And so for this, I can't even pause because jank. Okay, I can't pause now. You see these like curved things? I aim for right below where they meet, right below the crack, the butt crack. So like right here is where I'm normally trying to so like that. And you want to buffer a second one, dash over, and just go right there, and you'll get out and you'll get the essence. So right here, I try to stop my C-dash a little bit later than that, but I'm trying to get to the edge of, like right at the edge, and then get up against it and then inventory. So like that, and then dash forward, inventory again, and set your dream gate here. Now we have the dark room. There is quite a few different ways to do this. I actually do one of the fastest ways, and then I just recently switched to one that's not, it's barely like 0.1 slower, but it avoids a bit of RNG that's not as quite as prevalent on this patch, but it's pretty prevalent on later patches. But either way, it's really it's pretty consistent. I like it a lot. So it's gonna be hard to explain what I'm doing, but I can turn on hitboxes so that you can kind of see what I'm trying to do, and that way you can actually see, because I know it's really dark on stream. But you want to do oh yeah, sorry, doing it with hitboxes on is disorienting because I'm not used to it. But yeah, you want to jump off the side of, like, whenever you slam into the side of that platform, you want to jump, but don't do an absolute full jump or you'll completely miss the ledge you're trying to land on. So you want to do like a 3/4 jump, dash, and then land, dash. So it's land on that platform, walk off it a bit, dash, pogo, dash, double jump, and pogo at the same time, like on your way up, so you get around that fly. And then you can either land on the platform that's right here and then walk off it and land here, but it's obviously faster to like pogo over that fly, weave around that platform to land here. That's the fastest. So I'll try to show you what I mean. So I weave around those on purpose. And then this guy, he's close on this one, and you can kind of hear him if you're listening, but if you get hit here, it's not the end of the world. What you want to happen is, if he's close like this, you're going to take like literally 1 step, jump, pogo, dash over him, right? And if he's there, then it's perfect, because it's literally like right as you land, you're going to take 1 step, he's going to be in your face, and you'll see him. I mean, even with the dark, because we don't have lantern, you'll still see him there, but you're going to pogo dash over him. If he's not there and he's over to the right, then you're going to pogo dash, and you're basically going to land like on him or right next to him, and it's going to be kind of hard to not get hit if he's not there. But you do that, and then whoops, you would pogo this guy, land up here, and then it's basically just full jumps, like, or at least like 90% jumps. It's really hard to do this with hitboxes. It's very disorienting. So I'll turn them off and I'll show you what the full room looks like. Because you want to land on that tiny platform, and then it's basically just full jump left, full jump. Sorry, I was thinking about the end of it. I did too high of a jump there. Even then that was kind of BS, but whatever. I heard him and I hesitated, but getting hit there again, not the end of the world. Where am I going? Yeah. Wow, for some reason I thought it was higher. What am I? It's hard to like think about what I do. Normally I just let my muscle memory handle it, but yeah. Sometimes those guys right there can hit you and you're just gonna have to like, there we go. You're just gonna have to de-dark them to get them out of your face. Oh, that's right. That's what you want to do. You want to jump like 2 full jumps, full jump. Well, it's backwards for you, but yeah. Jump over to the right, and then you want to jump up into the left, jump off that platform, and get like max height, and then dash to the right, and you'll basically land up here. Hold nail as you enter the room. You want to, when you come down here, you want to try to like left, right, left, or right, left, right. Yeah, you want to like avoid the first one, avoid the second one, avoid the third, and then you're gonna let go of cyclone. And what that looks like is this. Easy enough. So we're gonna green weight back out. And then you're gonna dash forward, up slash him, and hold nail. Walk off that ledge, cyclone that, jump around that corner, cyclone both sides. You wanna hit that and then hit this side like 4 times. If it doesn't break, then you can just up slash it one more time. We're gonna ignore this relic. And now I have to show you a specific trick that saves quite a bit of time. And I would love to say like, oh, just don't worry about it if you're like new, but like it's, I mean, again, don't worry about it if you're like in the 3-hour range, like, you know, you're still learning, like try to get this. There's no downside to going for it really, but essentially what we're going to do is we're going to try to cyclone and break this lantern while cycloning, which lets us still have control of our character, and we can C-dash out of the room instead of having to like stand there and watch the whole cutscene. So going for this isn't the end of the world. Even if you mess it up like over and over and over, it never prevents you from just hitting the lantern like normal and watching the cutscene and losing the 12 to whatever seconds. I don't know how long it is, but I'll show you how to try to get it correctly. So let's see. First things first, you want to get to around, you see these 2 spikes in the foreground? I try to get to like right before the second one and hold nail, and then you're gonna dash left 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you want to land like right here. And there's kind of 2 ways to do this, right? So the point of this is that you want to like, if you just try to cyclone, it's only gonna hit 1 time, right? The point is that you want your cyclone hitbox to be on, like hitting it, off it, hit it, off it, hit it, off it, and as fast as you can. You want to like literally wiggle, and that makes it to where it'll activate over and over. So like if my little night hitbox here was the cyclone hitbox, it's not, but you basically want to try to do that, like get on top of it, off it, on top of it, off it. Now the other thing to keep in mind is there are 2 cyclone hitboxes. You see how there's a split in the middle? So you can do this in 2 different ways. You can either try to get the end of the cyclone, and also in case you don't know, if you do a regular cyclone, it does a couple hits, but if you mash it, it lasts for longer and has more hits. And also if you let go while falling, it'll make you fall faster. And if you are in midair and you mash it, you'll hover for a second. So you can either do that, or what I do, since there's a split in the middle, those act as 2 hitboxes. So my goal is actually to get the middle line to hit right on the edge, like right there, and go back and forth, left, right. So I'm trying, I mean, I guess ideally it would actually be faster to do this one because you're like the one at the edge, because you're technically closer to the exit, so you'd save a little bit of time by getting over there. That hitbox is very interesting. But I do this one because I'm more comfortable with it. Like that. So essentially, I'm trying to get my middle split of hitboxes to hit the side of the lantern hitbox over and over. So what it looks like in real time. 2, 3, 4, 5. And you know, if you don't get it, then you just want to recharge your cyclone. I stop just past that, go around that. I didn't really need that hit, but whatever. Alright. So now we are going to we're gonna go over here. I'm gonna upslash this fly, and then there's a weird situation where there's a crawlid that can either be underneath the fly or it can be down low. Like they're the same crawlid, but they never both exist. They're either up top or down low. I don't know how that's a thing, but it is. Either way, it doesn't really affect you too much. Because I basically do the same strategy regardless of where he is. He's not that important. But if you do it like this, oh my god, I see that. See, normally he'd be right here. If you do this room the way I do it, the stalactite will actually always kill the fly and the crawlid if he's there. Again, he wasn't there, but I tried to end my C dash right before him. So he drops and kills both. And if he's, like I said, if the crawlid's not there, he'll literally be right here somewhere, going left or right. And again, that doesn't really affect you that much. If you do this, you should never get hit there. So now we're going to do the boulder shell little arena thing. It's not very hard. You just have to make sure that you get close enough to them so that your flukes actually hit. Because if you try to shoot them too far, then they might like hit the ground and bounce back toward you, and they just won't actually make contact. I don't jump. I stay grounded, and they reach as long as you get close enough. And then also, if you see that one of them shoots a little mini boulder and it's still alive, you're gonna have to deal with it when you come back. But like, even whenever they do shoot little mini boulders for me, most of the time the boulder ends up dying to like my first set of flukes. So take a couple steps. See, like, yep. So he shot a boulder and it died because my flukes were still kind of sitting there. You want to try to get as much of this geo, but don't like go super out of your way for it. I left like 3, that's not a big deal. Cyclone this, and then you want to jump right here and C dash. You should always, you're going to hit the second one. The only reason I hit the first one is because I had stood there for a second to explain what I was doing. But you'll hit the second one, but you should dash, or you should never like get stopped there. You should go right through. This is pretty easy. You just dash, and you inventory right there. I'm not inventorying just so I can explain. This one, you're going to be holding nail through the transition, and you're going to walk to the right a little bit and then kind of make an S shape with your cyclone. And then C dash. Right here, I spam jump so that I stop right before that platform. Dash twice. And then C dash off the wall. You want to set the stream gate right next to the transition. And then jump once off that wall and C dash in here. Try to round this corner. And then this will save you a tiny bit of time. There's a slope right here. You know, there's nothing stopping you from, like, there's nothing, you know, nothing crazy about just doing that and C dashing. But if you really want to try to be like really quick, you can try to use that slope. I didn't even go anywhere. You try to use the slope to push you down like that. So right here, you're gonna stop right before the Moss Knight, and you're gonna fluke him. I try to keep my C dash going as long as possible so that I kill these birds, so I have chances to get essence. Not that essence is super like strict here, but it helps. So this next whole room is the last room of this segment, and a lot of it is just making sure that you're like refreshing your dash by touching walls, like grabbing walls for like a small amount of time, and just snaking through your through the room. But I try to stop right before that. Well, I did it way too early. I try to grab I messed up everything. Okay, so basically I try to stop right here, grab the bottom of that wall, and then dash over the acid like that. So I can try to actually do that correctly. Oh, I missed the dash. And if you do, it's not the end of the world. It's just faster to dash, obviously. Dash off that ground. I grab that wall so I can dash earlier. Try to barely touch that corner so you can dash earlier. And you want to try to get into this box as fast as possible. This rectangle I'm in right now. So that's what activates Unn to come up there. Spit that. You grab this and you quit out. Easy enough. All right. That was segment 4 of the 106% guide. Wasn't a ton different in terms of like world record attempts or like speedrun attempts versus the relay. If anything, I actually don't know if there's anything different. But yeah, we'll start next time with Crystal Peaks 2. Oh, and I will figure out if that first grub after Monarch Wings at the very beginning of the segment is in 3 or 4. But yeah, have a good one, you guys.